Hi, the purpose of this video is to share to therapists, counselors, LADC, who are not familiar with Adlerian principles such as lifestyle assessments. At this point in time, Adler believes that people act on certain convictions, and based on experiences that they have, they determine their self-worth, their self-ideal. And if it doesn't match up with this mistaken belief or core mistaken beliefs, then behaviors start to become adverse for them. A person acts according to his convictions. It becomes important to discover what convictions that lead them to troublesome and distressing behavior. People have to examine and the influences regarding the mistaken beliefs. We are particularly interested in the basic convictions, the beliefs about one's own nature, the nature of the world in which they live, and the nature of life, and the meaning and requirements. These basic convictions are, like I said, ideas that they come up with that allows them to fulfill certain aspects of their thought process, such as I am, life is, and therefore. So this title is I am, life is, therefore the basic lifestyle. In other words, a person depends on the way he looks upon himself and the world. Behavior springs from this opinion of themselves. Each one organizes him or herself according to his personal views of things, and some views more sound than others, less sound, making one, and they use this to make themselves through life. One of the aspects that Adlerian believes in is mistaken beliefs. They are the distorted thinking. And where does this come from? Core beliefs and mistaken beliefs are basically identified together. One can trace distorted thinking and negative self-talk to what cognitive psychologists call as schemas. Schemas are the deep core beliefs and assumptions that we have about other people, our lives, and ourselves. And these are the basic building blocks of how we view our lives. They are unconscious and outside of our awareness. They are self-evident in the sense that we take them for granted and we do not even know we have them until we begin to examine them when we get to emotional difficulties. And as working with women with substance abuse, that's one of the aspects that substance abuse, LADC, LPCC, and co-occurring can use together as far as having clients walk through their understanding of the mistaken beliefs. Adlerian principles also believes in lifestyle assessments. Humans are social beings, and their behavior are always best understood within the specific social context. They seek to find their place in the group, a sense of belonging. Human beings also have a quest for purposeful behavior. The purposefulness is the basic tenet in Adlerian psychology. Behavior is theoretical movement towards a goal. Movement and actions of the individual reveal the individual's purpose or intentions. So if I have a hidden or mistaken belief that I have to be perfect and the world is unsafe, therefore I need to be perfect and do 100% in a world that is unsafe. That's the mistaken belief because I'm not perfect. No one is. Understanding a family's members' belief and goals has a strong effect on the understanding of family dynamics. Well, some of the family dynamics that Adlerian follow are to look at the family constellation. The family constellation refers to the birth order of each child. The child's position in the constellation provides a unique perspective in the social relationships. And Adlerian realized the meaning of a person gives to the position in the family is of greater importance than the ordinal position. Can have five kids, that middle child is going to have a goal or an identified mistaken belief that they have to be the self-soothing, they have to be the one that makes the difference, keep down on a quiet disposition, not show themselves that much. The oldest child in a family constellation may feel like they have to take charge, be in order, run things, be there, take the lead. The child that's the baby may feel like they're never seen, never identified, never thought of, and their sense of belonging doesn't exist. And as that child grows up, their experiences are that way. Family therapists must be aware of lifestyle. So does LADC, so does LPCC in the co-occurring world. A lifestyle becomes evident. As lifestyle becomes evident, it is important to see how they mesh and interrelate with other lifestyles to form a family style. Adlerian also uses an assessment called the lifestyle assessment, which is a technique used in the genogram, as I stated earlier, to determine where the particular person fit in their family dynamics. And this technique uses the genogram along with the conceptual strategy of the individual lifestyle to determine the dysfunction in the family. During a lifestyle assessment, we will look at the relationships within the family of origin to better understand the values, the beliefs, the role expectations, and based biased at perceptions of the individual. We also further look at early recollections. These early memories are symbolic representations of things directly related to the client's current attitude and approach in life and relationships. Working in a residential setting or outpatient setting for chemical dependency, substance abuse, we look at the early recollection of people because those early recollections give us the more of an insight onto what makes a person possibly find themselves using a traumatic experience. We can go back and listen to a person share about a memory, that early recollection, the vividness of it, and then from there determine or find out through motivational interviewing how that person got to the place of forming and securing their mistaken beliefs. According in assessing family lifestyle, we as the counselor and the client utilize the family genogram to look at both the relationship of patterns and characteristics of extended family members, defined within the family of origin as being essential, positive or negative, to identify family values and family myths. As we listen to our clients and they share about the experiences, they share about how mom or dad treated them, they share about the relationships between family members. The Native American community, we listen to their relationship to their tribal elders. What was the relationship? What were the family secrets that seem to be carried on traditionally? And how those family secrets affected the clients that we serve. The family lifestyle assessment therefore extends the individual lifestyle investigation vertically through several past generations and horizontally in terms of extended family. This provides a greater understanding of the origins and, more important, the relative strength of the family values and myths and the meanings they hold to the clients. Understanding each family's beliefs and goals has a strong effect on understanding the family dynamics. As beliefs and goals that direct behavior are identified, it is possible to predict behavior in a given situation or setting. Sometimes we have to look at our clients and look at what's underneath. What is that mistaken belief? That could be interpreted as striving for significance, is another form of mistaken belief. The purpose of the behavior is to overcome feelings of inferiority and to attain feelings of superiority. As humans have inferiority feelings that emerge from childhood, as we develop, we become aware that we are truly insignificant when compared to the universe. This brings about our continuous striving to overcome the challenges of life, work, social, sexual, self, and spiritual. Our motivation is a continuous desire to overcome feelings of inferiority. And the aspects of our life that we challenge ourselves daily as human beings is to provide significance and belonging in those areas that again would be our work life, our self life, our spiritual, our sexual life. All of those aspects are what we do in order to determine how do we overcome some of the adverse actions that we as humans do. This is a small snippet of how Adlerian psychology, Adlerian theories, and techniques can be used in the world of working with clients that have substance abuse, mental abuse, and co-occurring disorders. Looking at the early recollections of what significant um, experiences that they may have had, looking at the family genogram, their family constellation, where they fit in the family dynamic role to see if there is something that helps to manifest the adverse behavior that they have. Because at the end, Adlerian philosophy, theology, or psychology is that all behavior has a purpose. Thank you. I hope that this help you to understand more about how Adlerian psychology can be used.